Hello, my tasty, tenacious Taurus. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your guided healing tarot for the month of November. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And Taurus, gotta say, we have the full moon coming up in your sign, right, on Samhain, on Halloween, and that is releasing a lot of things that have been very stuck, very fixed earth, right? You are fixed earth, Taurus, so you know about, immovable property and physical things, how important those are, things that the five senses can touch and taste and smell, the things that are really important to Taurus. The full moon is, huge, obviously, because it's happening on the witchiest day of the year, but it's also a very high time to release things. In the cleansing ceremony, what came out was revenge in reverse. So there has been some sort of situation where you may have felt like you wanted to get revenge from someone, or someone wanted to get revenge on you. And this is really being put to rest now, of not feeling like you have to attack. And we have the Two of Swords coming out. So it might be, some sort of, being left out in the cold, having to finish a conversation, right? It's a Two of Swords. Two people should be talking, but it's in one person's head. So, some sort of revenge in that regards is really being cleansed and let go of here. And we have the Ten of Fire in reverse. So, what this was saying to me, because this is Saturn, actually, I don't think this came out reverse. Okay, so for some of you it will be, for some of you it won't, I guess. But this is Sagittarius Saturn, and what I felt was it was during some sort of time where the divine masculine really went for what they want against the will of the feminine. This is a cycle that has not been completed between the divine feminine and divine masculine energies here, but trigger warning, this is my sexual assault and rape card. So there definitely has been some sort of really negative thing that has happened here with Saturn, that has to do with the patriarchy, social structures, divine masculine, of tradition, wealth accumulation, and career is also there in terms of Sagittarius, right? And Sagittarius is philosophy, academia, culture, traveling, luck and abundance. So in some sort of way, with those two energies combined, the divine masculine really imposed their will on the feminine against the feminine's wishes here. And there was some sort of energy of wanting to get revenge, where the feminine may have been like, all right, now I'm going to, impose my will on you. And that is what being let go of like, no, I'm not going to do what was done to me. And we have burst curse. So this has burst some sort of curse in your, this is a psychic type. So in your third eye, you may have had like a mental curse on you about wanting revenge, to hurt someone in the way that someone hurt you. And you finally have gotten out of it, of like, no, I'm not going to wish that on anybody. So heavy stuff already, Taurus. I mean, I'm happy to tap into this for you, but as you guys know, I always go deep. So if you are prepared for this, then you're prepared. If you're not, then I apologize. I will let you know, I was crying in the cleansing ceremony. Like, I feel like there are going to be so many tears and really things that have been stuck inside of you that are finally being ready to release here. Yeah, we have atonement in reverse, like, of not feeling like someone has to necessarily atone for the sins. It sounds really weird, Taurus. It feels like forgiveness has finally been reached in some sort of way. Like, not in a, like, it's okay what happened, but in, like, I'm not going to stay mentally cursed my whole life because I want you to feel what I felt, basically. Whew, Taurus. All right, so this is the Scorpio season special. As you know, Scorpio is your sister sign, and they dig the deepest. So, yeah, here we go. We're going to see what cycle you are stuck in, what needs to die in that cycle, and what needs to be reborn, right? Because Scorpio is the ruler of transformation, of cycles, of, you know, death and rebirth. So it's all about, you know, taking energy and converting it into something else with that shamanistic principle that Scorpio teaches. So it's about just really transmuting that energy. And Taurus, being a fixed earth, you know, fixed earth energy is the hardest to change. And you know that. That's why you're so sturdy and so solid. But because of that, especially in the emotional world, there can be some pretty sturdy blocks inside, and that's okay. That's normal. But those blocks that have really been stopping us are really what's coming. You know, a huge emotional cycle is ending with the full moon in Taurus on Samhain, on Halloween. So, all right, let's see. What cycle are you stuck in, Taurus? Woof, okay. We have fated to suffer in reverse. So, you know, one of the signs, I think it was Cancer, was like that. Yeah, it was Cancer, that you're fated to suffer. Like, you know, because you ate of this apple, you are bad and, you know, fated to be, you know, a sinner or whatever it may be. It feels like you've gotten past that. Like, you don't feel like you have to suffer. But what I'm getting is there has been some sort of apple of like knowledge that you didn't want to eat because you knew that it could make you suffer. It feels like a very avoidant energy to want to suffer something. I won't cry for you. Yeah, you do not, like I said, I was crying in the cleansing ceremony. You do not want to feel or eat, right? Like, you don't want to put something inside of you that is going to make you feel sick. And it looks like wanting to cry for somebody, you know, the emotional regulation, it hasn't moved through your body is what I'm hearing. Naked before the stars in reverse. So what I'm saying is, or what I'm seeing is naked before the stars is astrology for me. So it could be that some of you don't understand some certain things in your natal chart that can help you with what's going on here, where this blockage is and how to get rid of it. But naked before the stars is also being like really vulnerable, you know, to the universe and kind of surrendering to the unknown and things of that nature. So, it looks like there's some sort of like, you know, feeling that you can't be vulnerable in some way, and it makes you really sad. Like, there's something, it's like you don't want to feel what it is because you don't want, yeah, like, yeah, some sort of thing has not run through your body yet. Because you might be blocking it, like, no, I'm not going to cry when you're sad. Of course you have to cry when you're sad. How else do you get rid of the stuff, you know? Let's see. It's a very natural, normal bodily response. It's how you regulate your waters. So let's see here. What is this cycle? What is this cycle? Going right to the dark mirror, too. 5 of Fire. So again, we have this. This is another a salty card, okay? But this is when the divine feminine is ravenous and goes after for what they want. So like I said, you have really, you know, you're letting go of this cycle of wanting to get revenge. Something was definitely taken from you, and there have been a propensity to respond to it with conflict of the 5 of Fire, of like, I don't care, I'm going to do whatever I want then. Right? Like, the 5 and 10 are both, you know, the 10 is the ending. The 5 is how the conflict is. And again, this is a Saturn card that, you know, patriarchal forces, social structures, divine masculine, tradition. Ooh, yeah. Like, there has definitely been something that has not been good here. And with Leo here, it has to do with the ego, right? Leo is where our pride is. So there was some sort of pride that got here that was like, all right, I'm going to do exactly what you did to me. I mean, Taurus, I'm going to tell you, turnabout can be fair play, right? But if you get stuck here, like, let's say if this person wouldn't cry for you or something like that, you know, and you're not going to do it back or whatever it is, like, all right, let's see. What's the light energy here? Clefairy using pound. So we have Clefairy, which is, you know, from the moon, worships the moon, and we have the full moon there. So definitely a time to release is during that time. When with fairy type energy coming out here, it means a one-on-one relationship or deal making. And, you know, pound I always take as kind of going to Pound Town. So it looks like, you know, there could be some sort of like sexual energy that has become very vicious because that's how you were treated. Let's see. It says, it is said that happiness will come to those who see a gathering of Clefairy dancing under the full moon. So what I'm getting is, like, even maybe just being this kind of like hypersexual, or it doesn't necessarily have to be sexual energy, right? It's creative potential. It's Kundalini before it has truly awoken, where all it wants to do is come out in an unregulated way. So it's like, because like that has been used in a way where it wasn't good and there was some sort of will imposed on you, there has been some sort of like deal or people or, you know, social influence, I want to say, you know, patriarchal forces perhaps, that convinced you was like the way to make it better is to don't cry about it, and like you just do it back, like just take whatever you want from people, or, you know, like you can behave that way too, kind of like making it socially acceptable, where, you know, it's like, well, you'll be happy if you, you know, maybe make a bunch of pounds, right? You make a bunch of money, or if you eat this, you know, putting on the pounds. There has been some sort of sway where it's like, well, you just go after whatever you want. And that's kind of that's where the cycle is stuck here. We have C dot using bide. So for some of you, this also has to do with plant matter, the schmicka de smoke. But with the shadow coming out stuck here with C dot, it's causing some sort of seed to be stuck, which is, you know, like some sort of seed that was planted is, yeah, just getting stuck because of that. It's like it can't find some sort of fertile ground to where it truly wants to take root. And I always say that Taurus is like a seed, right? Because it's that fixed earth. It's the genetic, you know, capsule that awaits to be, you know, to become what it truly is and to grow and to develop those senses and all of that. And because it's using bide, it's really causing the seed of wherever, maybe, you know, where you want to plant some sort of seed when it comes to like a creative project or even perhaps a baby. It's causing the heart chakra to continue to bide its time here. It says, when it dangles from a tree branch, it looks just like an acorn. It enjoys scaring other Pokemon. Yeah, so there is some energy of wearing a false mask, right? Like pretending to be a different kind of nut, or pretending to be an acorn, but really it's, you know, C dot. And it talks about enjoying scaring other Pokemon. So there is some sort of like energy of like, oh, like somebody seemed to have taught you, or some sort of social structure perhaps. But it looks like a group of people more than anything, where it's like, oh, the way to find your light in the dark is by doing the exact same thing. Scare them back. So, all right, let's see here. What needs to die in this situation? Going right to naked before the stars. In reverse, we have parasite. There's some sort of parasitic feeding going on where the energy, like either someone energetically feeding off of you or you feeding off of somebody else. You might be stuck to someone who still has this kind of ravenous energy, but whatever it is, it's draining. Let's see. Ooh. So what needs to, and it wanted to go right to naked before the stars in reverse. So for some of you, that answer can really be found in your natal chart, and it might be something that you just don't understand yet. All right, let's see here. What needs to die here? What needs to die here? The priestess. Woo. So yeah, it's about these emotions, these hidden emotions, the hidden feminine, divine feminine energy, right? The moon is all about your emotions, and the moon is Cancer, which is, you know, the divine feminine energies of home and emotional roots and things like that. I'm hearing that this parasite needs to die at the root. The priestess is, you know, all of the hidden parts of the divine feminine that society tries to hide away. You know, whatever those preconceived notions are, they really need to be let go of, right? It's this Taurus moon that is coming up. A lot needs to go. Let's see, what's the light energy here? Hoot Hoot using air slash. I'm pretty sure Aquarius had this in their reading. So this has to do with some sort of communication where whenever there is a storm outside, someone like going to hide. So whether you are the hider or you are the one, you know, causing the storm, there's some sort of problem here when it comes to the hidden divine feminine. It says, every day it tilts its head in the same rhythm. A long time ago, people raised these Pokemon to serve as clocks. So every day it tilts its head in the same rhythm. There's definitely some sort of parasitic energy that is a daily habit. It might be, you know, whatever this false light is. And a long time ago, people raised these Pokemon to serve as clocks. So it looks like an obsession about time is also something that needs to be let go of. What's the shadow here? We have the Steel Energy, Buried Treasure Hunt, and Kyogre using Ocean Cyclone. Aries just had this. So it looks like what happens is that to protect yourself, or like whatever needs to end about this hidden power I'm hearing, is every time there's like a shield, right? Steel Energy is when you shield your aura. There's like this propensity to hide away, put up this huge barrier and go down this hole. And it says buried treasure hunt. So there's some sort, it's like there's some sort of treasure down the hole. It says, the mother puts its offspring to sleep by curling up around them. It corners foes with speed. So this could be a relationship with a mother or mother figure, or it could be a mother wound of like not feeling emotionally validated, or having to hide your emotions from your mother or something. Like this is something very deep that there is a barrier around here. And we have Ocean Cyclone. This is the, you know, emotional, this is the god of the ocean, and Groudon is the god of the earth, and they battle. And Ocean Cyclone, this is something very deep in your waters that has been stirring. Like I'm feeling really deep waters. This is very deep that has been guarded off. A mythical Pokemon is said to have swelled the seas with rain and tidal waves. It battled with Groudon. Yeah, this is definitely a huge inner battle between water and earth. And as you know, we're in Scorpio season. Scorpio is fixed water, right? And you are fixed earth. So right, like literally with this full moon coming up, it is fixed water versus fixed earth, the god of the ocean versus the god of land. And yeah, definitely about some ocean cyclones. And it looks like what needs to die is this energy of like, oh, when things get tough emotionally and there's a huge storm a-brewing and an ocean cyclone, you have to hide away. You have to hide away your divine feminine powers. You have to hide away like a priestess's coochie or something like that. Because priestesses aren't nuns, right? So we're allowed to look at the sacred feminine. So, whew, all right. Let's see what needs to be reborn here. Obsession in reverse. So I'm thinking more of the mental status. What I'm getting is there's definitely something about the mirror, about the way that things look here. Like, you know, she's looking in the mirror and then definitely it looks like kind of like, you know, a compact mirror or something of the sort. So obsession I generally take with kind of like an addictive mindset, but also of, you know, obsession of what things look like. It looks like that is really being released here. Whoop, okay. All of these cards wanted to fall into my lap, and I heard like it doesn't matter what you look like. Whew. All right, let's see what should be reborn here. Yeah, what I'm getting is it's not necessarily the image of things, but the obsession can still be reborn in some sort of way. We have the Queen of Fire going right to the steel energy, and the Queen of Fire, this is Aries. Queen of Fire indicates the highest form of divine feminine when it comes to love, lust, passion, intensity, creative potential. And the Queen of Fire can take care of herself, as you can see. And, you know, this is really this is my sexually self-sufficiency card as well. So, whew, that's what needs to be reborn. It's not about hiding your, you know, sexual potential or your creative potential. Same thing, right? What you want to seed, this seed that you really want to plant. For some of you, it can be changed with sex magic. Woo, woo, woo. Getting hot in here, Taurus. Wow. You can really use this pain, I want to say, and turn it into something beautiful. What is the light energy here? We have Shuppet using bleh. So it looks like whatever sort of, you know, third eye energy that has been bleh, like ghosts of the past that are just kind of bleh, you can really change it. You can transmute it by taking some sort of action in a self-sufficient way. It says, it loves vengeful emotions and hangs in the rows of the eaves of houses where vengeful people live. So, you know, we had the revenge in reverse, and it's like you are letting go of this revenge, but it looks like psychically this vengeful energy can really be changed here. And it looks like through, you know, little of this, little of that. All right, what's the shadow here? We have Tangela using Absorb and Dunsparce using Burrow. So there is a way to absorb energy through the heart chakra, through entanglements that you've had or anything that you feel tangled in, and really change that energy. It says, it tangles any moving thing with its vines. The subtle shaking is ticklish if you get ensnared. So there can be a lot of different things that you bring into this story, is what I'm hearing. and it can even make you laugh. So, you know, absorb positive energy from the heart chakra and take what has happened and really change it into something, you know, get rid of the bad psychic blech energy. You can release it in a very passionate way here. We have Dunsparce coming out stuck using burrow and roll out. So burrow is the ability to go deep, right? And you know, this is very deep. Whatever this is, it is very deep, but you can heal it from the roots. And you have to keep burrowing yourself into it. And, you know, roll out is an attack that, you know, you use it once, it automatically attacks for like 3 or 4 attacks, and it gets stronger and stronger. So the more you do it, the stronger it's going to get. And I think that you know how amazing it's going to get if it keeps getting stronger and stronger, if you know what I mean. So this took a very interesting, surprising, sexy turn, Taurus. I'm very happy for you. I hope none of you are offended that the spread went this way. It says, it digs into the ground with its tail and makes a little maze-like nest. It can fly just a little. So the thing is, you don't really have to do anything or move anything, right? This is a mental adventure. So you only have to move just a little, right? You don't have to, it doesn't have to be like a crazy workout here. But the deeper you go, the stronger it's going to get. And it's basically going deep, deep in your mind rather than seeing anything physical. Like, this is you and you alone taking care of business. So, whew, wow, Taurus. Wow. I mean, I know you guys are the most sensual, right? And Scorpio is the most sexual. Like, we're sister signs, so we definitely understand each other in that way. But Taurus, I'm not doing an extended on this one this month, but I am offering this in my personal readings for $33.33 special for Scorpio season. So there are 10 slots, first come, first serve. If you are interested, feel free to email me at sachithescorpioservices@gmail.com. All the info and my email's in the description box below. So let's see, Taurus, what can help Taurus on this journey going right to this absorb and burrow. So wanted to come out stuck, unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Yeah, so, you know, with the Taurus full moon that is coming up, now is really a time to cut cords. You have the ability to become unbound, where you're releasing old soul patterns, you know, old contracts that you have with people, and any sort of past life connection. And again, you know, a lot of this can probably be found in your chart. But it looks like you are using your, you know, Kundalini energy to really release a lot. So I'm very happy to see that for you, Taurus. Get it. I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.